hear this?
Next. Yeah. Oh, I like that one. Hey. Oh, come on. Dude, just pick a song.
With Spotify Premium, you can skip any song, anytime, even on mobile. Just don't let it go to your head.
At Sam Adams, we salute those who never give up. Those who don't see their glass as half full or half empty, but instead see opportunity in all that they do. To try, fail, then try again. For all those who believe in improving, going for it, overcoming, who do their thing the same way we do ours. Because here, our brewers never settle for anything but great beer. After all, life isn't about whether your glass is half full or half empty. It's about filling it up. Sam Adams, fill your glass. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Savor the flavor responsibly.
If your New Year's resolutions include being smarter with your money, come into the Home Depot this weekend to save big on appliance special buys, like a Samsung stainless steel gas range. Right now, just $648, with 5 burners, removable griddle, convection cooking, and almost unlimited possibilities. Now that's smart with savings that make you extra smart. Save on appliance special buys this weekend at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details. Valid through January 24th.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that short little ad break and whatever else we're going to call that. So, hope you all got your votes in for the MPV. MPV. Wow, I cannot talk. As we're going to close that chat off really soon. Opie, your mic is doing all kinds of funny things. I'm not really sure what's up, but it sounds like a machine gun going off. Unless that's you pressing the space bar.
That's work. Nah. Let's... Still going?
Oh, yeah. Literally sounds like a machine gun. I kid you not. Well, while Opie gets that figured out, we're going to catch you up on what happened. Yeah, Morse code. Riches Provoked pulled out that first win against HVG. The Ornn early did so much damage in the top lane, as well as the Malzahar in the mid lane, just getting picks left and right underneath towers with the Nether Grasp, just holding people still. And then that all spiraled down to Jirachi just popping off on Tristana. Meanwhile, for HVG, Sal picked up a Janna and somehow got on a rampage. I'm not really sure how. But Sal had a lot of kills on that Janna support, as well as Frank, or Panic at the top hat, getting a lot of damage down onto that Ahri. But the charms just weren't as effective with the Malzahar passive blocking a few of them. And you're still machine gunning over there. Hopefully there's not a whatchamacallit, Al Capone nearby. No Valentine's Day massacre here. Alright, so we're going to move on to our picks and bans. Looks like they have been going on while we've been talking. Our first bans for the side of Riches Provoked are Sejuani, followed by Vel'Koz, and then Lulu targeting Super Hoagie, who is now switching with Allergic to Milk, ADC and support. Right, so Super Hoagie this time going to be the support, not Allergic to Milk. HVG in return has banned Kayn, J4, and Ornn. That Ornn doing so much damage to that first game, so I can definitely see the respect given there. Riches Provoked has first picked the Malzahar again, just something Bukaki Poro just seems to be so comfortable on. Yeah, MPV, MVP. I really can't say words. HVG has then picked up a Fiora for Akiyut in the top lane, and Hecarim in the jungle for Urion. You're machine gunning yet again. Tristana again picked up for Jirachi, and the Warwick this time for Menbung, taking that away from Urion. But it looks like Urion's already picked the Hecarim, so I just think they're going to try for that Warwick. But as we saw in the last game, Warwick just wasn't as effective, and Sal is going to pick Lucian for the ADC. Lucian, in my opinion, being one of the few ADCs that Allergic to Milk is just super comfortable with, even though it's not exactly meta at this point in time. So, I think OP is still working on the mic. You still working on the mic?
Is it better?
Hey, no more machine guns. All right. I have no idea what was causing that. Oh, no, maybe now it's back, but who knows. Yep, totally back. As we see Morgana banned away from Super Hoagie, as well as Teemo,
Really?
not wanting Ornn or Teemo for Juice Me Mommy. Yeah, you're still machine gunning. Just a little bit here and there. No idea why. As we await that last ban for Rich is Provoked. Wait, how is it Rich is... No, that's the last ban for HVG. That's what we're waiting on. It'd certainly help if I actually kept a timer, but I'm too lazy to do that.
No machine gunning?
Not really. I mean, it's... You can still hear
I'm just
something
gonna
like...
talk really loud and talk over it and make sure you don't even notice it's there.
I don't even know what would cause that. And then a Nasus banned away from Juice Me Mommy. So that Juice Me Mommy has pulled 3 bans right here. And then the last ban is a Nivea targeted at Panic at the Top Hat. As we await that 4th pick from HVG. I wonder if they pick the support right here. No Lulu, no Morgana, but they did leave open Super Hoagie's Blitzcrank. Yeah, you're totally machine gunning right now.
I don't get it.
And Super Hoagie has picked up Leona. Such a strong pick right now. Even though I've only got a 50% win rate on Leona, it's still so strong. You do silliest amount of damages. As I make up words while I talk. Are you shaking your leg on the cord?
I'm not touching a cord.
Is it wireless?
No.
Or is the cord anywhere near you where it'd be like hitting something, or is it like next to a fan of any kind? Because it's like a very consistent vibrate. Yeah, like whatever you just did made that noise.
Or if it's just my computer fan messing up.
It
I
might.
don't know.
I mean, what do you use for a microphone? Is it your like laptop?
I have a headset.
A headset? Then I don't know. I don't see how a computer fan could be doing that. We see Rich's Provoke picked an Alistair to counter that Leona. Not Thresh. I might have gone for the Thresh. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Chat saying they think you're in an earthquake and you just can't tell. I'd be a bit surprised, though, if there were any earthquakes in Missouri. Whereas here on the West Coast, you get an earthquake like every other day. Especially if you're near a volcano. Which I am thankfully not.
Do you still hear it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. I'm just gonna mute myself for
As the last pick for Rich is Provoked is a Gnar in the top lane. That is interesting. So they have a comp of Malzahar, Tristana, Warwick, Alistair, and Gnar. And Panic at the top hat has selected Veigar for that mid laner. So for HVG, they have Fiora, Hecarim, Lucian, Leona, Veigar. A lot of CC right there for HVG. But then again, Riches Provoked also has a lot of CC as well, if a bit circumstantial, with the Malzahar ult, Warwick suppress, Alistair headbutts and everything, and then just Gnar doing Gnar things. But Fiora can counter all of that with one good parry. We have Just Q saying Gnar gets pooped on by Fiora. What? Yeah, I don't honestly know. Yes, John, I'm aware there was a bunch of earthquakes between St. Helens and Rainier. It's because the volcano was not fed Blair Walsh. We need to sacrifice him to appease the volcano gods. Alright. Let's see here. OBS, we can change things now. That's not what I want. That's what I want. There we go. Alright. So, as we await our picks and bans coming in, let's close the poll results. How do we do this again? Shouldn't be. There we go. Alright, your poll results are in, and your MVP for game number 1 was Jirachi with 4 votes. Congratulations, Rich, on your well-deserved MVP. I think you ended the game with something like 14 or 15 kills. So, very well done, and highest damage done in the game at something like 44,000. So, again, well-deserved on that Tristana. And you get Tristana again here, too. So, interesting that they felt that wasn't the problem. Alright. Opie, is it working yet? I'll take that as a no.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely not. I can hear it in my headset. I wonder if we're going to need to find another caller caster. Any volunteers from the chat? Join the casters channel. We probably only need 1 or 2, though. Dibs. Alright, well, first come, first serve. That's all I'm going to say. So, something I noticed here is that Aurion has again picked something that needs to go in a straight line directly into a team, like that Warwick last time. Chat, I don't really care who joins, just somebody get in here so I don't have to talk to myself. But again, yeah, Aurion going in a straight line into team fights. However, the Hecarim here, I think, has a bit more displacement than just the Warwick, as the Warwick is kind of single target, CC heavy, whereas Hecarim can affect more than one character. What's up, Siren?
Hey, how's it going, man?
And Violet Sociocat is now joining us on the casting desk. So welcome in, lady and gentlemen.
Hey.
All right, so you guys watched that first game. What are your thoughts on that first match?
I'm just glad to see that Ornn got picked out, because I was getting tired of seeing Ornn in every single game.
I thought that it's very surprising to see that Bukake Poro has Malzahar again. I thought that that was like super pivotal in their ability to run that early game and like actually get that like scrounge up that lead that actually let them run away with the game in the mid game.
Yeah, because it was pretty even there. I thought with the 5-man bot for HVG that they were just kind of going to start out-rotating and out-macroing RIP because they, were able to get that tower pretty freely. But then just team fights just started turning on them like one after another, and it just spiraled out of control. Anyway,
Yeah, and they had 4 dragons that game too.
Yeah,
which is
3
surprising.
ocean drakes and an infernal, was it? Yeah. Anyways, what are your thoughts on these team comps? Let's start with Rich's Provoked. We have the Gnar, Warwick, Malzahar again, Tristana again, and the Alistair.
I don't like the Gnar pick into the Fiora, personally. I mean, last season, I tried learning Fiora just so I could get through Gnar, because Eric liked to play a lot of Gnar. Not in LCS, but outside. And I don't think it's a good matchup. I like seeing Warwick, even though he's not that good of a tank, in my opinion. I think he'll do fine. Malzahar, for some reason, got left up again, which is odd. I would have banned him more than I would have banned any of the other ones. And Alistar Tristana is a pretty good matchup into Lucian and Leona, in my opinion. I think Alistar is the only matchup into a Leona.
Aside from
That's just
Morgana, I think. But they banned Morgana,
got
so...
banned.
Or Thresh.
Yeah. The Thresh was
Thresh
pretty
can-
good for Summoner 2805, I thought.
I think that they just felt, Gnar doesn't necessarily have super high consistency of tankiness, but it's not necessarily easy to anticipate when you're going to have Mega or not. So they just wanted to have a true tank, because one problem that we kind of saw last game is that Thresh is still really squishy. Alistair is not.
No. Could they have picked something like maybe Maokai in the top lane? Or would that have been shredded by a Fiora? I actually don't really play top lane, so I don't really know.
I don't know much about that matchup, to be honest. They're saying that it's Fiora favored. I imagine that in the early game it's fairly skilled, like just a skill matchup.
We have from our resident top lane person, Just Q33, Maokai top shits on Fiora. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe they should have picked a Maokai if they wanted more tank.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't play a lot of Maokai. I don't play a lot of Fiora either. From what he was saying earlier, Fiora is a skill matchup in just about any of the picks that could have went through. So, I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one to watch.
I take it, since nobody's yelling at me, that it's better.
Oh, yeah.
It is better.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what about this HVG team with Fiora, Hecarim, Vigar, Lucian, and Leona?
I like the combination of Lucian and Leona. I think Vigar is a good pick into Malzahar. Better than probably some of the other picks they had. Hecarim, I don't see a lot of Hecarim, so I don't know what to say about that. And I've already talked about Fiora.
Is Hecarim in the meta right now, or is it kind of on the outside looking in?
Yeah, he's fine. He's not bad by any means. He's definitely a perfectly playable champion. One thing that I see when I look at their team is that their wave clear is not super consistent. While they do have a split push threat late game, when it's going to come to the late game, it's going to be difficult for them to actually be able to hold against the siege of a 5-man unit or a 4-man unit even.
Gotcha.
I feel like diving is definitely going to be their main option, but it's going to be difficult to dive into the Malzahar Tristana combo when they have so much great peel in front of them. So I think that their comp is really interesting, but I feel like it kind of has to snowball.
Yeah,
I would tend to agree in that situation. Like, I love to play Lucian, but if he falls behind versus some of the 80 carries nowadays, if you fall behind on Lucian, then you're kind of useless in fights. And especially since their team's going to start getting really beefy with Alistar, Warwick, and Gnar. They're all going to be super beefy, and Tristan is going to outrange you.
I think Hecarim's going to have the same problem. Hecarim, mid to late game, if he isn't super fed, how is he going to get past Alistar, Warwick, Gnar, with also a Malzahar ult and a Tristana ult? Like, it's going to be rough. But, we'll just have to see.
I thought that was a trend we saw in the last game too, when Urion just went after the Tristana, but Tristana just buster shotted him away.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I think it's going to be down to both Leona and Veigar to land their CC really well, because like a Veigar box placed in a fight can completely change things around. Just because stopping a Gnar and a Warwick from getting to you, or hitting a Tristana could just spell their instant death. But if they can land that CC, I think they'll be fine. But there's plenty of PL available on Rip's side.
All right, well, chat, get your hashtag HVG win or hashtag Rip win in the chat, seeing what you think. Real quick, what are you guys' predictions for this game?
I mean, just going off the comps alone, I want to say I'm going to have to give it to Rip just because of their overall comp. I think there's too many if this happens and if this happens on HVG side, whereas Rip is more straightforward.
I want the Leona Lucian team to win. I want them to win, but I'm probably gonna have to give it Juice Me Mommy in the top lane just because I don't know, they won last game, so
Fair enough.
I think that I'm gonna give this one to HVG, and that is because I think that there's a lot of comfort in the bottom and top lane. I think that they're just gonna run away with the lanes.
Yeah, so something I don't know if everybody's noticed is that Super Hoagie is now playing support rather than allergic to milk. So that was one change that HVG has made going into this game. As we see bot side starts for both junglers. So probably going to mirror their path. They might even meet in the top lane later.
I mean, I think that switch is really good, mostly because you're going to need an aggressive play style in the bot lane in order to be able to stay ahead. And with both Rich and Summoner 2805, if you can pull out a lead, you are pretty set to go. Like, getting a lead, and I mean, especially with Lucian and Leona, is gonna be super strong for you, and with Hoagie's not always the most aggressive.
Yes, we see
you need
Hoagie
that
dive
damage
in right
to
there
him.
on the Zenith Blade, getting the Q off, but Alistair just queued
Got
away
through.
the allergic to milk. As we have Menbung running around in this top jungle with... Oh, he's just going to get back out. But Menbung in with that early invade again.
he managed to steal the red buff away from Iron.
As we see Juice Me Mommy and Aki going at it in the top lane. Not a wet noodle fight, that one this time, I don't think. But
Yeah, I feel like the Gnar definitely wants to make sure, try and always be in small form, like little Gnar, not big Gnar, because I feel like that's where Fiora is going to be able to out damage. Because if you can just keep going at a distance, you'll be able to.
As Menbung again tries to invade Elliot, Urion's going to get fleed there,
he's gonna
but
fall.
that is going to secure that first blood for Menbung. As he's now going to go back into his own jungle to farm. As Aki looks like he's low, and he's got that third proc. Flashes away by Juice Me Mommy. Flash in by Akio, and Akio is going to pick up the kill on Juice Me Mommy. Meanwhile, Zenith Blade in by Super Hoagie onto Jirachi, but he's going to get popped up by Summoner 2805 and then headbutt back. But Exhaust is coming out onto Summoner 2805. Heal is burned from Jirachi as Allergic to Milk is now taking damage from Jirachi. And Jirachi has the most health in the bot lane, so I guess they give that a win to RIP.
Yeah, 2 summoners on each side burned. Summoner 2805 burned his flash.
As Urion's coming in, Zenith Blade's gonna miss. Gonna try and headbutt his way out of that, but he's gonna get interrupted by Urion.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to note. Hecarim dash.
Zenith Blade comes in, but flash is burned by Jirachi to get away from Super Hoagie. Super Hoagie already showing early that he is going to be aggressive on this Leona.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice set of trades in the bottom lane for HVG. I had to really wonder why Super Hoagie exhausted Summoner 2805, especially after he already used all of his cooldowns. When he had the bomb on his head from Tristana, like, it was a very odd decision. But overall, still working out for them.
Yeah, I think more of a panic, let's try and kill this Alistar. I think that's what a lot of times it comes down to is people are looking for kills, so they think I'm going to exhaust the person we're trying to kill. When sometimes it needs to be more exhaust the other person who's there trying to deal damage.
Or just don't use your exhaust. Like,
yeah.
If you're going to disengage and not get fights, so just don't use your exhaust. But I get what you're saying, though.
As we see Panic at the top hat getting pushed into his tower right now. Struggling with mana issues. And Aki is going to dash in on Juice Me Mommy. Going to press the attack off. But looks like Director Cameron's going to take us away, so it's not that interesting. Pretty normal across the board. Farm is at a slight advantage to the side of HVG. Only bot lane for... Not HVG, to the side of RIP. Sorry, HVG only leading in the bot lane, but only by 4 CS. But they do have those 2 early kills, so they're ahead by 200 gold.
I'm interested to see what Lucian build Lucian to Milk opts in for. Just seeing that it was a longsword start.
Menbung again trying to invade on Urion, but has to burn his flash to get out of there. As Urion and Menbung are going to fight over this pink ward, and Urion's just going to give it up.
Yeah. Hecarim's not going to be very good dueling the Warwick, especially not with the early kill.
Yeah, he didn't even build jungle at him. He's got straight into Tiamat. He's made to fight right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty standard on Warwick now, just because you clear the jungle so quickly when you do that.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that it's bad. Yeah, I'm just saying he has a lot of damage at the moment.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just looking for Elliot to try and... I think just keep going bot and trying to get bot ahead. Because I believe with Hecarim you can interrupt if you... Depending on the timing, of course, you can stop Tristana's jump with your dash.
Aki going in on Juice Me Mommy. He's going to get that Vital proc right there. But it's just still not enough damage. Gnar is just going to smack away at Aki.
Yeah, even though he had that bit of a rough early game giving over that kill, he's still keeping up in CS perfectly fine. Like, a little bit of a lead even. So this is going fine for Rip right now. I feel like they want to go make a play with their Malzahar and Warwick ultimate
As
together.
Super Hoagie
soon as
dashes in
possible.
on Summoner 2805, gets the two-man ult down, but Menbung is going to suppress Allergic to Milk as in dash in on him. They've caught Jirachi in the baby cage, but Panic at the top hat doesn't decide to go in on that. Super Hoagie has space aids on him. As Panic at the top hat now has to flash the wall to get away. Meanwhile, top lane, the ult coming out for Fiora and Gnar. Fiora, though, both flashes are burned and not going to get those final 2 vitals on the Gnar as Gnar's looking to back here. Nope, never mind. Changes his mind. He's going to stick around and catch this wave. Fiora now the one backing. As we see more fighting in this river, Menbung is going to get dashed in by Urion. The Flea is not going to hit anything as suppression coming from Bukake Poro on the Super Hoagie. Super Hoagie is going to get dropped by a bomb. Urion's dropped as this is a 2-for-1 so far. Jirachi looking at Allergic to Milk, but he's just going to opt to not go there. Ping's coming out onto this dragon now, but Bukake Poro has left.
Yeah, and both kills go on to Rich on that Tristana, so we'll see if they can push that advantage there.
That's huge. That's just huge. Yeah, as far as the state of this bottom lane, that's gonna make Rich hit his first item so much sooner. Oh, their first item. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, they're currently 800 gold ahead of their counterpart, Allergic to Milk, so that early lead basically means a pickaxe for Tristana, or equivalent, as the Gnar is getting that third hit off, as well as press the attack. She's doing massive amounts of damage and poking Akiyut out of this lane. Well below half health.
Yeah, suddenly Gnar kind of turning this matchup around. Carved himself out a 12 CS lead. Juice Me Mommy showing his proficiency.
As early Infernal Drake going over to Rich is provoked. Baby Cage is going to trap Malzahar in it, but Malzahar just kind of runs around in a circle and nothing doing. Still had his passive too, so I don't think he was going to take a whole lot of damage from Panic at the top hat, as Jirachi's going to take a couple shots from Allergic to Milk, but again, not a whole lot doing.
Yeah, Allergic to Milk's opting to go with the Bork start. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's just not enough damage early, because typically, you know, you see Essence Reaver, or on other AD carries you see.
Urion is going to dash top lane, but Juice Me Mommy is going to have Mega here pretty soon. Maybe 1 or 2 more hits, and he might decide to turn this around. He's got 3 procs off already onto Urion, as there's fights in both lanes right now. Akiyut is going to parry the stun right there, but he's still going to get dropped by Menbung as Panic at the top hat has come down bot lane, and we have a 3v3 in the bot lane while Akiyut was taken down in the top lane. So huge turnaround right there by Juice Me Mommy on Akiyut and Urion.
Juice Me Mommy is playing a solid Gnar right now.
Yeah, just didn't let that Hecarim get behind him, so he couldn't knock them back towards Akiyut, and then was able to just subsequently do so much damage as Aurelion tried to run away from that fight.
As we see some pink wards placed onto that red buff, so they're going to know if Urion's over there. Taking the Rift Herald right now, as Bukake Poro tries to suppress Panic at the top hat, but I think he got stunned in that or something. Whatever the reason, that got interrupted.
I think he just canceled his ult.
He right-clicked, yeah.
As Juice Me Mommy is going to jump over the wall at Aki, he's going to hit the blast cone and disengage that whole fight. Very well done right there.
Wow.
As we see TP
right
coming in.
as Aurelion was trying to go in, just
Yeah.
knocked over the wall.
Aurelion falling further and further behind Menbung at this point. Bit of a concern there.
Yeah. So we see some more trading top lane with Akiyut and Juice Me Mommy. Kind of about even. Menbung's here, though. He's got the flank. He's gonna pop the flea, but there it is. Gonna get parried though, but still Menbung picks up the kill on Aki. Yurion's gonna dash in right now. Gonna drop Juice Me Mommy really low and finally pick up that kill on Juice Me Mommy. But it's taking a lot of damage right here from Menbung. Panic at the top hat is here as well. Gonna drop the Dark Matter, but I think he missed that. And there goes the ult, press R. Goodbye, Warwick.
And
So,
I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see that Veigar getting some kills.
he's going to give up his turret, though, as the Solar Flare comes down onto Jirachi. Going to stun him up again as flashed in by Allergic to Milk, but both ADCs are exhausted, and he's not going to be able to pick up that kill. Gets stunned by Summoner 2805, and they're just going to go back to farming. But crazy trades right there. Leona getting that stun right on Jirachi, but just not able to get onto him with Allergic to Milk.
That was a very... I respect that player from Allergic to Milk. That was really good. But, like I was saying earlier, there was just not the raw stats. Doesn't have a BS or just doesn't have a whole lot of actual damage yet. I mean, it does have sustain with the Cutlass and the lifesteal. Does have sustain, but just not the raw damage that they needed right there.
As we see, the kills have evened up, but with that first tower dropping to Bukake Poro, they do have looks like a 1.9 gold lead for Riches Provoked.
Yeah, they got first tower, first dragon, and it's should be able to help them with the lane pushing in the mid lane.
Menbung is here in the top lane. It looks like he's going to lane gank. I don't think Aki knows about this, as Super Hoagie dashes in. Panic at the top hat is going to catch Summoner 2805 in the baby cage, but Super Hoagie is going to miss on the Solar Flare, but he's still going to get the sun, and Panic at the top hat uses the ultimate on Jirachi, just deleting him. And Super Hoagie, I think, was knocked underneath the tower, and he's going to get a return kill on Summoner 2805. Wow. They're running away from Menbung right now as somebody took the Rift Herald. Who took the Rift Herald?
That would have been Menbung. Took the Rift Herald.
I dropped the Rift Herald top lane. As Menbung's trying to 2v1, picks up the kill on Akiyu, and Yurion's going to get the return kill, but Juice Me Mommy cleans up. Hopping in with that Gnar, gets his first kill there. But bot tower is now down, and there's just lots of action left and right here. But still that 1k gold lead for the side of Riches Provoked.
Yeah, that top a series of good plays there from HVG with the gank in the bot lane. You know, the Riches Provoked in the bot lane, the Alistar and Tristana did seem to get out, but wanted to keep fighting, and then ended up getting caught once Alistar ult did go down. They both died there. And then a pick onto Bukake Poro in the mid lane, so things look really well. Just a little bit of an overstay there.
So we see a teleport coming in. That is Akiyu's teleport, as we're going to fight over this Infernal Drake. Going to drop the Solar Flare, just going to only hit Summoner 2805 as Yurion dashed in. Juice Me Mommy is also here. He must have teleported as well. He's going to pick up the kill on Yurion. Akiyu also going to go down to Juice Me Mommy. Juice Me Mommy, though, is just going to get ulted by Panic at the top hat, as Panic at the top hat is just trying to get away. Bukake Poro tried to ult the Nether Grasp onto Panic at the top hat, but Leona was there to just shield Daybreak, or whatever that Q is called. As Summoner 2805 goes on Allergic to Milk. Allergic to Milk is pretty low, but Summoner 2805 is out of mana. But Super Hoagie right there, just interrupting Bukake Poro's ultimate, allowing DG Mad Hatter to pick up the kill there, as Menbung is going to stun Leona, and Leona's going to drop the exhaust. They're going to try and get him, but they're just going to opt for the Alistar instead, as Menbung thought about re-engaging, but thought better of it.
Yeah, so I mean, only a 300 gold difference after, you know, all of these intense plays in this mid game. So realistically, it's
Juice Me Mommy's going to get caught in the baby cage. They're going to dive in on him. But Super Hoagie's taking tower shots and has space save. Is going to get picked off by Menbung. That dive might have been just a little bit questionable with members of RIP respawning. And Aki is going to try and push this top tower, but Juice Me Mommy should be able to respawn. Wow.
Yeah, the one big thing that, even though the gold difference isn't super big, the double Infernal means a lot for this late game.
Yep.
Especially with like Tristana, Malzahar, even your Gnar and your Warwick have at least like half a damage item basically. So at least that's going to be pretty nice for them. Nice pickup.
Yeah, those Infernals would have definitely been a good pickup if HVG could have tried to secure them, just because everybody on their team has a lot of damage. Even Leona has a lot of damage. It's for two squishies especially, but...
Well, I mean, it amplifies damage from items.
Yeah.
It doesn't amplify, like, damage on characters, but... Well, and then...
She does sneaky damage, though.
Yeah.
Leona's going to myth the Zenith Blade. And just take that pink ward. Victory, Super Hoagie. As we see more pink wards going down top lane. And not a whole lot going on right here. Just kind of running around in the rivers, just posturing. And it looks like RIP is now finally going to group up around the mid lane. Kakeporo is going to get the Nether Grass down onto Panic at the top hat. When Jirachi just jumps in with the rocket jump. Gets the explosive charge down, and there goes Panic at the top hat. And Super Hoagie is now caught in the middle of 4 members of RIP. And is just going to get caught out. And they're going to try and siege here. But they don't have any more minions. Menbung dashes in on Akiyu. Going to get the space aids down as well. And they're just trying to get some of these kills down. Ooh, Bukake Poro finally picks off Urion with a well-placed, I don't know what that is, silence. I think that's Malzahar W. No, that's Q.
It's Malzahar Q.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gnar in the top lane takes that last outer tower, or that top outer tower.
Yeah, so we see
down.
So we see Rich's Provoked right here, just getting a lot of early macro plays down. Kind of the same shades of last game.
Oh, Panic at the top hat, just a little bit too far forward there, not respecting the Nether Grasp, and he's so far away from having anything like a QSS, so he just can't do that. But standing near Malzahar at this point in the game is just death.
Yeah.
Without a QSS.
And Malzahar doing just plenty of work as HVG just needs to pick up a couple towers here. A lot of the gold that they're behind is just tower gold. 5-to-1 differential. And there goes down the mid turret. But still, 5k down.
Yeah, they're down some gold now, and they're definitely down in damage. They just don't have a whole lot at this point. Like Lucian, for instance, building towards a Black Cleaver, but only has a Bork and a Phage at this point with an extra Ruby Crystal. So not adding a whole lot of damage, does have a little bit of sustainability and maybe some health to kind of try and survive a little bit, but not a whole lot of direct damage coming out.
As we see some posturing over by the Baron. They spotted Urion over down bot lane, but he has since rotated over. And with Super Hoagie and Akiyu backing, this looks to be an opportune time for Rich's Provoked to pick a fight and then possibly get this Baron. But Menbung not being there makes that a little bit more difficult.
I mean, this game's going to be a similar thing to last one. Like we saw at the end, if they're able to pick off Rich and get that consistent, DPS out of the fight, they could win these fights handily. And especially this game, they have a lot of damage on everybody on their team. They all have a lot of damage, so they can follow up very easily.
Yeah, as we see Rich take the red buff, and it looks like another dragon spawning here as well. Not sure what kind that is.
I think it's an air drake.
You are correct, it is an air drake. Meanwhile, top lane, Akiyut is losing the 1v1 to Juice Me Mommy. Both flashes are burned, and Akiyut looks like he's going to be able to get out with his life. No, he's going to bait for Urion, and Super Hoagie now here are collapsing on Juice Me Mommy. Super Hoagie is going to land the Solar Flare on Juice Me Mommy, but Juice Me Mommy is going to bounce out. But Urion finally picks up the kill. Basically, by doing that, they're just giving up that Cloud Drake. So that's a third dragon over to the side of Rich's Provoked, as they are now pressing this mid turret again. Oh, never mind. They're going to back off of the mid turret. Are they going to Baron?
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to posture for Baron, get some wards up, get ready to go. Because, I mean, if they get another fight where they kill off, you know, 2 of the carries from HVG, then it should be a free Baron.
As we already see a 50 CS differential between Jirachi and Allergic to Milk. That's, I think, is a huge part of the gold differential right there. About 2,000 just in that matchup alone. That's
So I've got a lot of feelings on a lot of the choices with it. You notice that there's basically no pink wards on this map in general. And then you look at people's inventories and it's like, man, Doran's ring, Doran's blade, Doran's shield, cloth armor. It's like, man.
Or just empty spaces.
Yeah, just not really prioritizing vision control that heavily from either team, to be quite honest.
As Super Hoagie is holding 2 pink wards, but he has already placed one on the map, meaning that the rest of his team kind of needs to help pick up the slack a little bit.
I meant both teams. If you look at the map, there's only 3 pink wards on the map, 4 pink wards right now.
True.
Out of 10 possible.
Juice Me Mommy is going to take this bot tower. Well, now fighting with Akiyut underneath it, which is a bit interesting. He's going to get the stun on Akiyut and the ultimate, but Akiyut is going to parry away, and Meg is going to run out here. Going to dash away. Now the ultimate's coming out. Going to get that kill on the 1v1. Akiyut is. And Solar Flare is going to land not on Menbung. Interesting that he dashed in. Nethergrass is going to get onto Pukake Poro, but Pukake Poro is not... what? He's going to get killed by Urion. Urion is going to die, and Bukake Poro is somehow still alive. Allergic to Milk flashes in. Going to get silenced, though. Akiyut and Allergic to Milk going in, but he gets the return kill with Space Aids on Allergic to Milk. Panic at the top hat. Well, I keep wanting to say Panic at the Disco. Wow.
Oh, man.
He's going to get dropped to half health of that.
Really got to question that Nethergrass from Bukake Poro there. Not really sure what he was trying to accomplish with having no spell shield, like being that close to turret.
Yeah.
You're basically just suppressing yourself to death.
Well, then I think he got stunned by the Event Horizon from the Vigar, so it's just...
It's really easy to land an Event Horizon when the person isn't moving.
Yeah, that's true.
The one thing I wanted to see from that fight. So, Allergic to Milk got a great ult off onto Bukake Poro and was hit a lot of damage, but then Alistar went to stop him, and Bukake Poro was like 1 hit from death. And he didn't cancel his ult, he just kept ulting into an Alistar, auto-attacking Bukake Poro one more time
As we
to kill him.
see a TP coming in, both TPs coming in, but Panic at the top hat is going to get suppressed behind by the Nethergrass. Very aggressive TP right there, as we see a fight breaking out in the Baron pit. All kinds of damage coming out on Akiyut. Akiyut is going to try. What? He picks up the kill on the Menbung. Allergic to Milk is just popping off on this backside, but he can't get through the Alistar as the fight has turned around. Urion is trying to get to Bukake Poro. Bukake Poro is going to get away until Super Hoagie lands on top of him. But the jump right there from Juice Me Mommy is going to turn this around, and the ace from Jirachi, who comes back to finish this off, and Juice Me Mommy is just going to TP top lane and push down this inhib turret.
Oh, that's exactly what I just said. Eldritch Milk had to do was stop ulting and cancel it and then start auto-attacking again. He, like, wasted half of his ult not hitting anybody.
Yeah, that Alistair peel right there was just key. As Panic at the top hat just deletes Juice Me Mommy. But the turret is gone and Jirachi's going to burn his flash to get away from Panic at the top hat. Holy smokes, as they have 2 waves pushing now that they got to clear from the red side. Meaning, if you're HVG, do you rush the Baron knowing that they have to back and clear those?
I would. I definitely try to force Jirachi to like not be able to back here, so, especially considering I can see Minbung bottom, which I feel like is just a mistake. He should have just went to this top side of the map immediately.
And here they go. They're going to rush down Baron.
Rushing down the Baron. However, Bukake Poro is here. He's fighting 1v1 with Allergic to Milk. Gets the Space Aids off, but is going to miss the silence. So, Allergic to Milk still going to pull out the culling, but it's not really hitting a whole lot. As Super Hoagie somehow gets the Baron. Summoner 2805 and the Solar Flare misses. Super Hoagie has been suppressed by Bukake Poro, and now it's just Akiyu versus Menbung, which is what is left. Menbung seems to be winning that with the lifesteal. Yep, lifesteal's going to pick up that. As flash from... Is that Juice Me Mommy's flash? Yes, that was. Juice Me Mommy flashing over Allergic to Milk and picking up that kill. So they got the Baron, but they just seem to be dying left and right. As Menbung dashes in on Yurion, and there is a kill on to Yurion.
Yeah, just a lot of overstaying. They got caught there in the Baron pit after the fact, and if they just would have peeled back a little bit more, I think they could have. Most of their team could have survived. I think Hoagie fell right away, but I think most of the rest of the team could have survived if they would have just kind of left.
Summoner 2805 is playing like a freaking beast, dude. The Alistair combos are just hitting everybody.
And he's doing such a great job.
Oh, yeah. But another really weird nether grasp coming out of Bukake Poro. I'm not certain why he feels the need to ult the support after they've used the majority of their crowd control when there's carries right in front of you. Like, there's a Fiora literally killing you. Such a weird decision.
Yeah, but I'll finish.
Oh, they were still able to clean up, of course. It's a nice cleanup and set of plays from Juice Me Mommy coming in late there.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's impressed me so far about Summoner 2805 is that he's doing such a great job of peeling Allergic to Milk off of his carries, like Jirachi and Bukake Poro. You know, both times Lucian's tried to ult, and he's just catching them all with his face. Alright, so it looks like only Panic at the top hat still has a Baron buff left, so while they did lose everybody else, they still did get one Baron buff, so what would you do if you're in their situation now?
I mean, honestly, I think they just need to sit back and wait for Rip to try and overforce a fight. Because I think that's what they had done so far, is they like caught people being overly aggressive, and that's what got them back into the game. So if it's getting to a point in the game where the death timers are going to start getting longer, so if you manage to find a pick, you can take more advantage of it.
See the Event Horizon stun 1, but they're just posturing in that jungle. And now the teams have split. Rip has split up, but I don't know if they've spotted this. Akiyu, it's dashing in onto Juice Me Mommy, but Juice Me Mommy does have a fair amount of health now. Panic at the top hat is going to get suppressed by Bukake Poro, who just sat still. And is he still alive? Wait, how is he still alive? Did he flash away? He must have flashed away. Yep. As the culling comes out, but it's not going to break through those tanks. As Panic at the top hat and Super Hoagie are now dropped, as well as Akiyu. This is a 3 for none. And RIP might be able to win here here.
That might be game.
Yeah, Bukake Poro finally hitting a target that isn't a tank or doesn't have QSS. Like, the... The no QSS out of both the carries super greedy against the Mouse.
Urion is trying to interrupt Jirachi, but he pays for it with his life, as Juice Me Mommy has just zoned off Allergic to Milk. And this is going to be a 2-0 win for the side of Rich is Provoked, needing that win. Wow, did they get it in style.
Yeah, that whole last fight was essentially Panic at the Top Hat hit the event horizon, but then got engaged on essentially and died before anything happened. And Allergic to Milk was not anywhere close to the fight when it all started. So the rest of his team was just completely dying by the time he actually was able to get there. And so it was only Hecarim and Lucian there at the end of that to try and defend. And versus that team, there was no way that they were going to be able to defend 2v5.
Panic at the Top Hat having honestly a pretty rough series for how consistent of a player Frank typically shows up as between a couple really questionable times of just stepping too close to a Malzahar ultimate or TPing behind a Baron, like pretty rough one for sure. Kind of being the first picked person right before 3 big exchanges that went towards the way of Rip.
Yeah, so just not the play we've been accustomed for HVG. Now looking ahead, HVG for the last 3 matches have been draw, and now a loss. So they've been on a little bit of a skid. Do you think they turn it around in their next game? Or what can they do to turn it around?
Who do they play next week? Never know.
Where is my trusty phone?
No, I think a good strategy would be not to choose Lucian again.
Not to choose what?
Lucian again?
Yeah, they played
He
GDA.
missed like...
I mean, his early play was actually pretty good. I think the item choice kind of hurt just because their early game, there just wasn't like, there was chances where he could have straight up killed the Tristana, but because he went the more sustain route by going for a Blade of the Ruined King first, he just wasn't able to do the damage. So I think that was part of the reason why the Lucian kept getting a little bit more behind as the game went on. But overall, actually was making really good plays early, was able to be a presence in those very, very early game fights, especially bot lane.
Yeah. So looking ahead for Riches Provoked, they are on now 10 points, only 1 point shy of 4th place. However, they have played one more game than we are, Rhino. So for them, what do you think it's going to take for them to secure their place in the playoffs?
I mean, it's just going to take just consistent play from them. Just making sure that you're doing everything in your power to stay in every game. Like, don't give up on anything. Just keep pushing it out. Because realistically, there's not a whole lot that, I believe they really only need to tie their next 2 games, and then I think they should be able to keep a spot.
Yeah, I think that they're not very likely to advance much further up in the seedings of the bracket, but I think with this 2-0, they can feel pretty secure about winding up with a 5th or 6th seed in the playoffs bracket.
Yeah, so their final match of the season is against GDA, so I think that's going to be a very pivotal match. I think that's one that's going to be almost win and you're in. Especially with their other match coming up is against Big Anime Titties, one that Big Anime Titties really needs to win in order for them to keep pace with RIP, G5, and GDA. So, a couple important matches still left to play. So there's still all to play for, but certainly Riches Provoked has put themselves in such a great position to qualify for playoffs. Anyways, it looks like our MVP poll has been closed. We have Dasbite with 3 votes, The Man Bun with 2, Bukake Poro with 3, and then Summoner 2805 with 4. So Summoner 2805, you're our MVP for game number 2.
Yeah, super strong play there from Summer 2805. Tons of peel, tons of just locking up the enemy just so they could burst down somebody. Did a really good job that game, being in all the right places.
I'm being flamed by chat saying it's not Das Bite, it's Juice Me Mommy. My bad, Juice Me Mommy.
Who's Juice Me Mommy? Was he even in that game?
Wait, are you for real?
No. I'm just...
All right, so we're going to get those MVPs in here as well as both teams' captains, hopefully, so that we can move on to our interview questions. So hold on just a hot minute while we get that all set up. And yeah. All right, I guess we're jumping up.
Oh, are we? Okay.
I'm gonna take off, actually.
All right. Thanks for
Gonna make
coming
some
in and
video.
casting with us. Really appreciate
Yeah.
that in a pinch.
Absolutely, no problem. Good cast of the day, guys.
All right, so everybody, we're going to jump up now. Hello.
New phone, who this?
Who do you think? It's the
You
boogeyman.
are.
Is this an Asian?
Maybe.
Is this an Asian?
Isha.
Yeah.
Wait, are we?
You
on
want a
stream?
cut for that? Yes, we
Are
are.
we on? Wait, are we on stream right now?
Oh, fuck yes.
I think so.
Nice.
Okay, hi.
All right, well, first off, congratulations on such a well-played series. I know we were talking before. I'm gonna mute Sean because he's echoing me right now. That's annoying me as fuck.
Man bong.
But I know we were talking before, Jirachi, about
Hashtag fire man bun. Sorry, go ahead.
we were talking before this match even started about kind of like strats and whatnot. Did you feel like that your planning and your strats kind of played out the way you thought they were going to?
Honestly, yeah. Like, my main thing actually going into this week, I knew I wanted to play Trist, partially because I've been feeling more comfortable on her lately than Zaya. But, I mean, I got that 2 games. Our team fight, I was surprised they left up Malzahar, actually, both games. And so I want to get people on comfort that could also work well as a comp. And the Mouse Trist, great. And then we can fit stuff around that. And I was just trying to get stuff people felt comfortable on, mainly.
Yeah, give a shout out to your boy Bukake Poro because he did most damage in
Yes.
game number 2 and second most damage in game number 1 for your team. So massive amount of work right there. I felt he personally swung game number 1 with a couple of those nether grasps, and then that last
Yes.
team fight, picking Panic at the top hat.
Well, in all fairness, he gets 0 credit for the last team fight because he stole the penta.
that is true. No pentas yet. Somebody's got to give me a penta.
Of all things, on Tristana, got the quad. Oh wait, there's no penta.
Hey, there was another opportunity for you to get that penta though.
I've had like 3 quadra kills on Tristana this season. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, very well played. Now, another question, and I guess this is more of just kind of a general thing. What was the idea of picking the Alistair right there instead of something like Thresh, which I thought was very useful in that first game? Oh, if Sean's talking, I muted him. I better unmute him.
Sean didn't mute him. Unmute him now.
Guys, are you there?
Yes, now we are. I was like, there's a lot of silence right here. What is Sean doing? Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that was mainly, and the rest of the team right there, we were waffling back and forth about what support to take, because we saw the Leona, I believe. And then we wanted, like, we didn't know what they were going to do mid lane, but with the Lucian and the Hecarim Fiora, we were looking at stuff, but Alistar, Evan says he's really comfortable on it. Obviously, you saw how well he can peel on it, and he has some really good engages to help out with team fights.
Yeah.
That's kind of why he's here right now for MVP.
Yeah. No.
And I wanted the Alistar over the Thresh because, like, I saw they were shaping up to have, like, a team fight comp. They had the Leo, they had the Hecarim. I think having the Thresh there, I mean, Thresh is great in a team fight, of course, but I think having the Alistar there just helps out a little bit more. You can, just with, like, the AoE, the headbutt, pulverize, yada yada. And also, like, I do an insane amount of, like, prep with the matchups and such, and, like, I don't even need numbers to tell you that Alistar is classically a Leona counter, but, like, just numbers. Thresh is not as good into Leona as an Alistar is, so yeah.
As a Leona main, I can vouch for that.
I don't play support, so I just rely on the numbers. That's all I got.
Yeah, something I noticed here, Summoner 2805, you had a vision score of 106 with 58 wards placed and 6 destroyed. And Jirachi, you're not too far behind with 12 wards destroyed. All right?
I had no sweeper. I think I was just picking up the wards that they swept and found.
But either then, like, that I think was a huge part of the vision control from your team. So I don't know what your warding stats are, but I think this is a significant step up. Is there something that changed, or?
I got ganked a lot, and I was really tired not seeing when people. And even in the second game, when like Hecarim came down, I'm like, damn, I saw that.
Honestly, Zombie Ward is insane on supports.
Yeah.
Thanks, Panda. Actually, thanks.
That was one of the changes I made as well, because originally I was running Cheap Shot and Relentless Hunter on people just so I could try to catch them out.
Gotcha. Well, I guess changing that master.
You feel like you ward more, but yet you gave up first blood in first game? Man, we need to work on that.
Rip.
Jesus Christ.
I'm okay with it. We won.
Jesus Christ, dude. He has a family.
And I love his mother. She's a very nice lady.
I love my daddy.
Speaking of mommies and daddies, talk to me about that Juice Me Mommy play up in the top lane.
No. Juice Me Mommy was not in this game. Das Bite, on the other hand, played phenomenally. Let me just say that.
Wait, did Dosbite play the Fiora or the other one?
He played the other one.
I know he played the Nora. I'm just fucking.
So which play were you talking about?
Oh, just kind of his overall gameplay. He was especially strong in that second game into Akiyut, which you'd think was, a bit of a skill mismatch.
Well, yeah, so, like, if you look at, like, top laners and, like, overall rankings and stuff, generally, Akiyut's viewed as a top 4 kind of one, and then Sean, Juice Me Mommy's kind of, like, in that, like, middle tier after that. But Sean's been really consistent, and I can say that he's really good at, like, innate plays within a team, and he has... but he was put behind at one point. I think he got solo killed by Fiora.
Yeah, he did earlier.
And I wasn't able to, but so, like, in that lane, that's kind of scary, because Fiora in the side lane, if she gets ahead, she can just, anytime that Gnar doesn't have his frozen mallet, Bramble Vest, she can take him down.
I'm getting flamed from chat saying that he inted at level 3. He didn't get solo killed.
Top laner who got moved to jungle and then got solo killed by a tree. Who entered? Whatever. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
No, but overall, Sean's play is really, really good. communicating where the other top laner is and stuff. And I on being able to be really, really flexible. The Gnar pick was thrown at him at the
All right. Well,
Any questions from chat or y'all for the MVPs?
or any questions from other casters?
I have a question.
No, Rich, I swear to God.
Is a BLT a sandwich?
I am muting you.
Well, yeah, because it's
You're
A
muted.
fucking sandwich.
No more sandwiches. All right. So,
Was there any other like kind of questions from chat?
all right. Well,
yeah, Eric's saying just stop Rich. We get it.
Overall, I want to say that HVG played a really, really like solid series and stuff like that. And like Frank's my duo queue partner in like solo queue predominantly, so it was nice to like. Yeah, why aren't they in here?
I
Frank in here.
do not know.
Can you find him?
He's down there.
Can we?
For what it's worth, like we got the 2-0 yada yada, but that game, that series was incredibly hard.
There were a couple times where I thought it could swing either way, you know, just kind of depending on a couple team fights. And I know one of the reasons Summoner 2805 at least got my MVP vote for game number 1 was he hit a couple death sentences on the Thresh that just straight up turned it. Like he caught Panic at the Top Hat in the middle of an ult once.
Yeah. I'm looking at stats and it's like 18-2-10, just a shit ton of damage. Okay. But like, if I didn't have my team like they're saving my ass when I'm positioning a little too aggressively trying to poke, then like I would not be like looking anywhere close to good. Yeah, huge shout out to my team.
Yeah, and you're right. Okay. So Rich, you get the triple with 2 people left with half health. You W, you have Flash and QSS. Why no Penta?
When was this? Was this in game 1?
Yeah, this is game 1.
Yeah, this is game 1.
This is game 1.
I thought.
Huh?
It's game 1 where you guys are pushing into their base, right?
Oh,
Your red
top,
side.
when we were pushing in the top tower.
Yeah, but it was actually it was a bot lane fight.
It was a bot.
Yeah.
No, the top lane fight's the one where he could have flashed onto the Ahri and stuff.
Well, I was thinking of the bot lane fight specifically, but there
lane
was about
fight-
1 or
the
2
bot lane
times.
The last bot lane fight I had a quad. The first top lane fight, okay, and now I'm thinking about it, I could have flashed in and got that, but like
Where I hit the Q on the Ahri and you told me to, but
Yeah, you just
then I
opted not to
didn't
go.
in.
for what yeah. I've also been like kind of losing confidence in my play just from like how ranked has been going, but like I mean the series definitely gave some of it back, and like hopefully next time I get that penta. Let's just go with that.
Hey Eric, I'll say this. I know you're the one going for it, but in the off chance that his finger doesn't hit QSS, we don't win the game. We probably don't get tower, so we're just gonna play it safe. Penta or win game. I know it like.
And there was one fight I got blown up instantly because I didn't QSS the Maokai twisted advance, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, the bot lane, that was something.
That
But,
bot lane fight, yeah.
It was a really good series overall from HVG. They like put us back
100%.
to it, and especially like all these like skirmishes and stuff. You know, I think General Dill called it a fiesta. We're all tired, but
It is pretty late.
like I felt like it was good overall macro most of the time from both sides.
So looking forward, you have your remaining matches against Big Anime Titties, the General Dill himself, and Gimme Dat Ace.
Yeah, these are
Right.
Let me just say, Gert's getting his ass kicked.
Oh man, Gert, I hope you're listening to this, cause Dem's fighting words.
God, I got double lift on my team.
I mean, he's Asian, so you know there's got to be a little bit of the.
Well, I'm also not a male,
You know what's
so
funny,
I don't know.
You know what's actually funny, and this is like super stereotypical, but Rich is Asian, like double lift, and Summoner 2805 is black like Afro.
See, I'm just saying, you know, it's like It's meant to be. So, wait, does that mean you guys are
I just
TSM?
realized that. No, we're not TSM. We're like 2015.
Oh, CLG. That's what it is. Yeah. So you can't be a TSM fan anymore, Sean. You're CLG.
No.
Oh.
Can we just do this a different, like, it's all-star team? Let's just make it like one of their random all-star teams. I don't want to be. But no, big anime titties. That's a really tough matchup. Dill, I put him as like my OP jungler of the split so far, like for the halfway mark, or one of them. In addition to Elliot, who we just played against. So like his shot calling, and then also their solo laners, kind of like this game, are a little bit scary, Then GDA again, I believe the only two junglers who are like ranked ahead of me ELO wise, with Theatrix and stuff, who says he's gonna have like a 9-inch torpedo like resilience.
No, God.
But both of those games are gonna be really hard. But they're like, I think we need to at least tie both of them to secure a playoff spot. And I think playoffs right now is just the most important thing. We can worry about seeding later. But if we 2-0 either one of those, I believe we're in.
I think if you 2-0 big anime titties, but lose to GDA, G5 can still leapfrog you.
Honestly,
so I think the must-win game, at least for you guys, according to the schedule, is that GDA game.
The last game.
Also, playoffs are just completely up in the air right now, and this split is just so incredibly competitive. Like, anyone can take games off anyone. SNM taking a game off Pooh is more
huge.
than enough proof of that.
Yeah.
We should probably get going though, because we're turning this into an analyst.
Yeah.
Well, that's post-game tends to be that way.
This isn't a recap show yet.
Well, I'm just saying post-game tends to be that way. Anyways, we'll cut it off right here. Congratulations to you guys. For those of you still watching, or for those of you going to tune in later,
I'm impressed if you're still watching. Like, actually.
What? It's only like 1 in the morning. 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning for East Coast.
Yeah, whatever. 1 and 2, whatever. Anyways, make sure you follow our Twitch page. You can like our public Facebook page or subscribe. And our next match.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. We have our next matches tomorrow. I think they're starting at 8 p.m.
8
Eastern.
p.m. is BGM versus GDA. That will be on PMA LCS, and then Pooh vs. Wars at 8:30 on PMA SGN.
Yep. So, 2 matches coming to you hot tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be involved, but somebody else will be. Anyways, good night. Hope you have a good tomorrow as well. How do I stop this?